So many people have been asking me how basically should we enter the market without waiting for signals. royalq put in place some indicators to help you enter the market without waiting for signals. You can create your own signals using the indicators on royalq. They are simple indicators that can help you take a 1.5, a 2%, or even a 3% according to the time frame in which you are viewing or in which you are making your analysis on the market. So now allow me take you through some of the indicators and some of the things you can do to enter into the market without waiting for signals. There are very many things and there are very many indicators which can help you enter into the market without waiting for signals, and I'm going to do a series of videos. This is video 1. I'm going to do at least 10 of them to help you understand how to use these royalq indicators to enter into the market. So now allow me start with the pivot points. The pivot points. There are very many indicators as I've said, but I'm going to start with this indicator here called the pivot points. I tap on it. The pivot points are technical analysis indicators used to identify potential support and resistance levels in the market. They are calculated using the previous day high plus the low plus the cross. You divide it by 3. We are not going to go into the calculations of the pivot points, but I want to explain it further so that you can understand what the pivot is. I'll use an illustration. There is a weighing scale here that is weighing something. This is a weighing scale. So on this weighing scale, it is providing balance, but this is its turning point. In science, we used to call it a fulcrum. So in technical analysis, we are going to call it a pivot. It is its turning point. We said that it is helping you to identify potential support and resistance levels. And the support and resistance levels are turning points where the market is expected to turn to another side. For those of you who have been following the technical analysis classes, you have identified that trading is support and resistance. If you can't draw support and resistance, you can't trade. So this pivot point is helping you to show you that, please, here there is a support and here is where we expect the market to be resisted. That is the pivot point. As you can see, we have support 3, support 2, support 1, and a pivot. We have resistance 1, resistance 2, and resistance 3. We said that trading is support and resistance. Here, the pivot point is helping you to show you that the market will be supported, is expected to be supported here, which is support 1. If the market goes and it breaks the support 1, there is support 2, provided that we expect the market to be supported here where there is support 2. After the support 2, they will show you that, yes, the market is dropping down. We expect it to be supported here on support 3. So, support 3 is always a very good point. Support 2 is also a good point, and support 1 is a good point. But if you find the market on support 3, that is, it may be the last line of support. The market is expected to be supported there with a big force. Though we use indicators in anticipation that will anticipate the market to be supported here. So when you find the market on support, those are good entry points. Or you may enter on the pivot point. You may enter the market on the pivot point. So it is the turning point. It's just crossing from the support to the pivot, and it is expected to approach resistance 1, resistance 2, and resistance 3. If you are not a risk taker, don't trade at resistance, because when you reach resistance, the market is expected to be resisted and it comes back down. So meaning, if you find the market on resistance 1, please don't enter, because you never know, it may not go to resistance 2 or resistance 3. So don't enter. Let's utilize the pivot and the support levels, support 1, support 2, and support 3. When using this indicator, you need to identify the time frame. Like for example, I may go for 15 minutes time frame here. I tap on 15 minutes and also go for 15 minutes here. Make sure that your technical indicators are in 15 minutes. There is 15 minutes, so that you can get corresponding results for this indicator. And another thing, you need to identify the price, the current price of the token or of the coin you are making analysis on. Like for example, this is XRP and is at 2.405. Then you come using this indicator. We have the classic and we have the Fibonacci. One day I'll do a video explaining what the classic and the Fibonacci lines mean. But in this case, I want you to opt for the Fibonacci lines mainly, because they will give you a perfect view to the market. Or opt for the Fibonacci lines. We say that we are going to use the pivot down. So our price is 2.4, which means that it doesn't lie on support 1, support 2, support 3, and the pivot. It is above here, resistance, which means that if you enter into this, it will be considered a risky trade. So we opt for another coin. Let me go to this that are negative coins and see. And this is a Troy in 15 minutes. We want the pivot. What is the price of Troy? Is 0.0014. So you just have to come and identify my price is 0.0014. So where does it lie? Does it lie on the pivot? What is our pivot is here? Our pivot is here, is 0.015. So which means that the price is down here. Is in between the pivot and support 1, because it is 0.014. So it is in between here, the support 1 and the pivot. What you do in this situation, if the price is in between, you shall use what we call a preset price. We wait until the market hits our support 1, and that will be our entry point to the market. That will be our first buy number that will expect the robot to enter into the market. How? The price is 0.01375. You come and you create your bot. Understand? Trade settings. You put in your settings. Like for example, and this is my settings. I want to be fast, not to make the video so long. After putting in my setting, what you do in order the robot to enter when it reaches when the price approaches the support 1 is you come here on the first preset buying price. You tap on it, then you enter our support 1 price, for example 0.001375. That was our support 1 price. You confirm, you activate your bot, and you wait until the price approaches that first buying trigger. So, but you may find that your price is exactly here, for example, or it is exactly here on support 1 or support 2. So you just have to put that price as your preset price, or if the current price is corresponding with support 1 or support 2 or the pivot, you just enter at the current price, because you have already seen the signal that the market is on support either 1 or 2 or 3. That is it. For another example before we go, let me choose another coin, alpaca here. Alpaca, understand, the current price is 0.07. it is 15 minutes, and here it is 15 minutes. We look for the pivot point. We have said, and I repeat, that we want to enter into the market when it is either at a pivot here, support 1, support 2, or support 3. That will indicate that the market is expected to be supported here on support 1, the market is expected to be supported here on support 2, or the market is expected to be supported here on support 3. Remember, we said the support level is that level where the market is expected to bounce back up, where the buyers are expected to come in and take control of the market after sellers pushing it down. It is like the floor and the ceiling. When we are into a house, our house is here. It has a floor here, it has a ceiling. No one can penetrate that ceiling at times in regarding to the house, because when it comes to crypto trading, the resistance can be broken and the market continues moving up. But I want to give a clear example that when you are into a house, when in the house, no one can penetrate this ceiling and go up, and no one can penetrate this floor. So take that as an example, that the floor is the support, the ceiling is is the resistance, where the price is resisted. So this is where the market is going to be supported. I'm emphasizing this point so that you can understand it even the better. So our price is 0.0707, let's say 5. You come, this is the pivot, is 0.074. This is the support 1, 0.066. So which means that also this price is in between here, the support 1 and the pivot. What do you do? What do you do? The pivot is 0.04 and our current price is 0.07. No. Our current price is 0.0705. The pivot is 0.0744. So which means that the price is in between here. What you do is either to preset the market or enter at the current price, because the price is in between the support and the pivot. Remember, we said that if you enter the pivot, it is a good entry point, or if you enter the support 1, it is a good entry point. So if you want to enter the current price, since it is in between the support 1 and the pivot, you enter the current price. Or you can also preset like we did in the first example and come and preset. Preset, so that you wait until the price comes to you, until the price reaches your pivot point. This is the first preset buying price. You click on it and you put 0.0. It was 660. That is the price at support 1. So that is how you identify entries without waiting for signals. So since the market is moving differently, you may preset like 3 coins. If you monitor your market and one coin picks, you stop the rest. That is it for today. Keep following this channel. I'm going to be adding more videos that explain how to enter into the market without waiting for signals. So keep an eye on this channel, subscribe, and you follow along. Thank you for watching.